Hello and welcome to 9-Inch Charge. Today we're going to talk about the brand new battle scroll for Warhammer Age of Sigmar. The battle scroll includes slight tweaks or changes to the game to influence match play in order to make it more balanced.
It will bring balance.
This new battle scroll is interesting because what it does is it adds a layer of rules on top of the game instead of rewriting the rules and changing things like points costs and wordings of things that are already in your battle tome. What this means is that everything you've got in your battle tome, everything you've got in your general's handbook and everything in the core rulebook are still untouched and still completely valid, and there's no update to that. What it does however mean is now there are more rules to learn to play the game and an extra layer of complexity to the game. So there are some positives to this and some negatives. Personally, I think that Age of Sigmar 3rd edition, although I think it is the best edition of Warhammer Age of Sigmar, it did bring a lot of new rules and a lot of new layers to an already quite simple game and make it a bit more complicated. And this is adding to that. So we'll have to see, if it's easy to keep on top of or not. But I do respect that they're trying to keep the battle tomes and things like that intact so that what you've actually got and what you've purchased doesn't change. Okay, so let's have a look at the Hunt Battle Scroll itself, but just before we do, if you enjoy this video, please be sure to drop it a like, and if you've been enjoying content on this channel or you like this video, please be sure to subscribe. Okay, so this Battle Scroll introduces priority targets and prime hunters. Priority targets are some of the toughest adversaries in the mortal realms, and players score victory points for taking them down. Prime hunters are armies that are further rewarded for eliminating these foes. Okay, so let's have a look in more detail at priority targets. The units listed in the tables below gain the priority target keyword as well as a reward value. Each time an enemy priority target is destroyed, and it was not destroyed by a friendly priority target, you immediately score a number of victory points equal to the reward value of that unit. If the destroyed priority target was reinforced, score 1 additional victory point for each time the unit was reinforced. And the list is as follows. In Grand Alliance order, it is Dracothian Guard Fulminators, Storm Drake Guard, Vanguard Raptors with long strike crossbows, Huracan Spirit of the Wind, Sivareth Lord of the Seventh Wind, Bloodstalkers, Morathi Kane, the Bastillodon with Solar Engine, and the Salamander Hunting Pack. In Destruction, it is the Mega Boss on Maw Crusher, the Gatebreaker Mega Gargant, the Kraken Eater Mega Gargant, and the War Stomper Mega Gargant, excluding Mercenaries. For Chaos, it's Be'lakor the Dark Master, Kairos Fate Weaver, Horrors of Tzeentch, only if the unit included any pink horrors, and Slaves to Darkness Demon Prince with the Mark of Khorne. And for Death, there are no priority targets whatsoever. All of them have a reward value of 1, except for the Gatebreaker Mega Gargant and the Kraken Eater Mega Gargant, which have reward values of 2 each. Now, why have these units been chosen as priority targets? Well, the Warhammer Community article says that they've been looking at all the data coming in from different tournaments and events. And what they've been doing is they've been looking at how many units win with certain war scrolls in them. And if you have these war scrolls in, it seems like you have an edge. So this is why if they're destroyed, your opponent is now going to get some additional victory points. But before we talk too much about that, let's have a look at prime hunters. Some factions, sub-factions and army types are listed as prime hunters. If you command a Prime Hunter's army, each time you score any victory points for a destroyed enemy priority target unit, you score 1 additional victory point. So these are factions in the meta that are supposedly struggling to reach the top tiers in tournaments and things like that, and are looked upon as needing a little bit of a bonus in a way of getting victory points, especially against these tougher units. And these are the Sylvaneth, Gloomspike Gits, Orc War Clan's Bone Splitters army type, Hedonites of Slaanesh, Skaven, Nighthaunt, and Ossiarch Bone Reapers. I think that some of these are especially good choices. If we look at the results from the LVO, for example, the highest the Sylvaneth army came was 77th out of 177 players. Skaven 100th, so definitely some good choices here. Whereas in the top 10 we had Cities, Stormcast, Sons of Behemat, and Ironjaws. I think there's just something to point out with Cities as a Cities player. Obviously, there's no Cities units included in the priority targets for Grand Alliance Order, but there are Stormcast units, and I think Cities at the moment are just kind of a different flavour of Stormcast when you get to the top end competitive scene. So all in all, I do think this will help to bring some balance to the game. I do worry that it might overcomplicate the game a little bit, but let me know what you think in the comments. If you've been that quick off the bat that you've already played a game with this new battle scroll, let me know what you think, let me know how it worked, and would you like to see more of these fixes in the same vein that don't change points or change your original battle tome going forward. As ever, this has been 9 Inch Charge. Please like, subscribe, and I will catch you next time.